everybody. Welcome to a completely weird and different under special conditions episode of the Dead Pixels of the Internet. Guess who I got
Yes,
on the other side of
yes,
this line?
yes. It is weird. It is conditional,
Yeah,
and no, I do not have any type of virus.
no.
It just we just decide for safety precautions of family members. We decide to do this.
Yeah,
On the other end, it's me. No, Lorne.
yeah, it's
Hi.
Joe. So I've been doing it solo for I don't know, like this for from what it looks like at least 4 weeks, and that's how
Mhm.
long it's been. Like wow, it's been that long. It doesn't even feel like it's been that long.
Yep. And it's just so weird because everything was changed. Everything's it's not gonna be fine, and then oh yeah, everything is not fine.
Yeah,
Everything
we talked
we
about it earlier too. We were just saying when
we was optimistic.
yeah.
We was very optimistic and realized that humans are completely trash, and also they just pretty much put themselves in danger. And when they put themselves in danger, they put the people in danger. So yeah, good job, human race. Good
Yeah,
job.
it's so weird right now. It's like this is the new people saying like, "Oh, it's the new normal now." I'm like, I don't like this normal.
I said like this, okay, like right now, I realize that pretty much with how everything's going on, realize that the hatred I towards half people now is just becoming more and more like I'm not becoming a people person.
Yeah, I feel that way too. Which I'm like, I look at it and just it's the biggest SMH of all time.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
just it's for me. It's like okay, no, because now I still work in the public and realize that people are just don't care about anything except for themselves.
Yeah.
In which I'm like, okay, I understand. I understand, this whole me first type movement, but come on, man, you can't be doing this. You can't be sabotaging the wheel like this, my guys. Like,
Mm.
what's going on? Like, why you doing this? Why you doing this, fam?
Yeah.
Like, there's no need for you to be like this. No need at all.
Yeah.
And they
It's.
are.
Hmm.
And just like, man, I'm afraid for like of other people because okay, so people don't wear masks,
Oh yeah, nice. I like well.
and
The funny thing is, we were talking about it earlier too, which you're like, oh, you're wearing a mask. Why are you gonna wear a mask? I'm still more like, yeah, you should. Okay, like, well, if you wear a mask, you should. It's if you do have it, yes. But then there's an extra
mm-hmm.
precaution of like, okay, you should just wear a mask just because it's just gonna make it a lot easier for everyone in the future.
Yeah,
You know?
just wear a mask. That's it. And there's no people still refuse to wear masks, and it blows my mind. It's been like over like what 2 months, like not like a month or so. People
Yeah,
are not wearing no
let's
masks at
keep it
all.
down to like at least a month for now.
Mm-hmm. Like a month, and people still like, no, I'm not gonna wear no mask. Masks are blah 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 blah. And you be like, what is wrong with you? You know what? You know what's wrong? Like you that be like you person. You are the stain of the human race. You the one who be messed up with everybody.
Well,
You the one who don't be washing your hands. I'm like clearly you can tell like okay, this person who clearly don't wash his hands.
yeah.
Clearly don't.
Yeah, and it's
And
weird
just
too because I see like the weird mismatch. Like some people do wear gloves, don't wear a
mhm.
mask. Then I see people wear the mask, don't wear gloves. I'm like, so which way are you doing this?
So, like for me, I wear the mask. I don't wear the gloves because
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, well,
Well,
I don't like the latex thing on my hands and everything else,
yeah.
and I use my on my phone. But people's like, oh well, use a Ziploc bag for your phone and everything else. I'm like, okay, I understand the logic, but I'm just not. That's too far. I'm sorry.
Well,
Like that, like that's too far for me. I said, I understand Big Brother, like all this stuff here. Like, no, I'm good at the moment. But I wear the mask. I at least wear the mask because I think about other people's safety.
yeah, and also,
If there's no one near me, then okay, I don't have no mask on. But if there's other people near me, mask on.
uh,
That's it.
yeah,
Because they're like, okay, I'm by myself. I don't need to worry about anything.
yeah. I when I see
Mm-hmm.
people walking just walking just normally, and
Mm-hmm.
then they do have gloves and masks on. and there's like no one around them, just like it's a little overkill. But
Yeah.
that's how I still feel, which is like there's no one around you. I always they say put it on in a public place, which I'm like this is not
Mhm.
necessarily you just walking down on the street.
Yeah.
At least you, yeah, I
If
don't
you're
know.
going somewhere like to Jewel or Target or Walmart, I'm scared to go to Walmart.
Yeah,
Like I'm scared to go to any other places like that because it's just like okay, I'm pretty sure it's like a madhouse. Like, like the only places I've been is like to work and like work.
yeah, it feels
Like
weird to
no,
not do anything. You know, it's like,
yeah, it's just like
uh,
okay, well, I was like, man, I really like I really want to like, oh yeah, Kuma's is back or like doing like
curbside stuff.
curbside stuff. I'm like, oh, that would be really good. But I'm like, I don't even really want to like go over down that route, even though it's like, yeah, it's free to take it on like on the bus and everything else. But I was like, I don't feel like just going down there and getting the general, being with people. I don't want to deal with people.
Yeah. Well, so
Like I'm afraid of Americans in the
yeah.
David Bowie song.
So how you been getting for your food? Have you been just delivering
Just,
everything?
I know. I just been like I just like grocery shopping, duh.
Oh, like
Like
where? Just at Target or just any?
yeah, just to Target and everything else because I'm like just like before after work and go to Target, get some groceries and that's it. And then like if I go to Jewel, I'd be like, yeah, Jewel Osco, it's right there, cool.
Yeah.
I go there, get some food, and then that's it. Or like, no, people are like, oh, are you go stock up on grocery shopping? I'm like, no. Why should I stock up if I already have food right here?
Yeah. It's crazy to see people.
Like,
We're in that mode of just like we're just gonna get everything we can. I'm like, oh man, it's just like we're in a different world right now. It's just like it's crazy how it is. Like one month we're just like all happy and free, and then the next month we're just like, oh, this is how it is
yeah,
now.
yeah. It's just like, so this is it. This is it, huh?
Yeah, it's
So,
pretty crazy.
so like,
How's it been going on your side? You holding up on there?
um, I like I said, the tolerance of people makes me more and more and more want to escape this realm of reality.
Oh yeah, especially
Uh,
right now since with the whole like people are protesting against it. I'm just like I look at that. I'm like I've slipped farther into the hole just looking at this type of thing, and I'm just like I don't
and,
like it.
and I'm just thinking to myself like, okay, well, I really want to go on vacation. I really want to escape somewhere. There's nothing to escape from. Like, oh yeah, you can go out of town, but guess what? You have to quarantine yourself, or you can't really quarantine yourself. It's like everything's locked down. Everything is a no
Yeah,
fun,
that's what I
no
thought.
fly zone.
Yeah, like it'd be crazy if it was like you know if it was just here and then you'd be like oh okay, but then this is like a global thing, which is
Yeah.
you, that's but in our lifetime, how many times has that happened? Like at least probably once or twice, where it's like
Yeah.
global like this. And we're like, holy crap, man.
It's just like I really want to go somewhere, and I'm just like I can't go nowhere. I cannot escape it.
And the people and the events too. Like man, when there's nothing to do and you're just at home most of the time,
Yeah,
and you
it's
just
just like I had to either watch something or just like pretty much play something. Everything else.
you know what's been my saving grace this entire time? For the
What happened?
past couple of weeks, I've just been playing Hitman 2.
Oh, how you like a Hitman 2?
It's
The
it's
silliness
such
of
a
it.
good game. I was just like, holy crap!
I told you it's a good game.
It's like I've actually gone back since you have all of one and then you have all of two. They just
Mm-hmm.
had a sale of like the expansion pack 2 for part 2. And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm gonna
yourself.
get it. I was like, I gotta get it because I've been playing this game way too much. I checked, I put like 50 hours into this game.
Nice.
Because I actually went back to the first one and I just did all the missions,
Mm-hmm.
and I got up to level 20 in all the levels, and I'm just like, I never did usually do this with a game, but I've actually replayed the levels, did it different ways, you know, seeing what we can do in different scenarios. I'm like, huh, this is funny, and I like it because like Agent 47 just
It,
like, how are you so good in everything you do? He's like,
and,
he dresses up as a drummer and he actually is good at drumming. I'm like, damn, what is this? Damn it.
and then the accent of like pretty much like, oh yeah, you are Helmut Kruger. Yes, I am. And like Helmut Kruger doesn't sound like that, but it's just like, yeah, sure, Agent 47, sure thing.
Everyone just kind of doesn't recognize it. Like, oh, you went into the bathroom with that guy, and only you came out. He's probably fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's probably like just in the bathroom. That's it. That's all. I feel safe when you're around.
Oh, but yeah, I'm pretty much almost done with that game. But since I got a DLC, I'm like, okay, cool. Now I got like 2 more levels, which adds another like 10 hours into this game. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been doing, playing that game. I've played jeez, a couple of more the Game Pass games. I finished Yakuza Kiwami, the first one,
Okay, gotcha.
and
I didn't.
Zero. I
I didn't
finished.
start that one yet. I
Yeah.
didn't finish Zero, but I wanted to finish Zero first before Karani. Also, I did play. Okay, I do have Resident Evil 3 remake.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
That's
and
on my list, but I hear it's short though.
I would say it is like I said. People like was like brag on it, but I'm just like, dude, I paid $50 for this game, and it's like how I say, well, Target had a sale, and I called it on the sale, and also online it was $50 before they raised it up to 60. So
Wow.
I win.
Yeah.
The
I
game
guess that's
called
true.
the game called I Win. I got it for a good cheaper price. Also, when I got it with Major League MLB The Show, because in these times you need some sports games to make you go crazy.
Yeah.
And Persona 5 Royale,
Mhm.
which I beat Persona 5 Royale during this quarantine.
Yeah.
I drew that game.
Damn.
Because everybody was like, oh, Final Fantasy 7,
The
Final
remake.
Fantasy 7, the remake. I'm like,
Which is just the first 5 hours of the original Final Fantasy VII, just stretched down to 30.
yeah,
Is what I
which
hear,
I'm like,
and I'm just like, oh.
which I was like, I could wait till the whole game comes out.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, I'm just going till the whole game comes out.
Or better yet, be like, I have this game already. You know what?
Yeah.
I have this game for the Switch, and guess what? I've already beat Final Fantasy 7 already. I know what happens.
But it does look nice though. I will admit, like, damn, that looks like
it's Kingdom Hearts like.
yeah, it literally is. It's just like from what I can tell.
Kingdom Hearts, it's like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
They added more story. They gave Jessie like best waifu. That's it.
I don't know about that. I see more Tifa stuff, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, Tifa, but Jessie is the one that
People didn't notice, like, oh, she's actually a good character. Well, in this version, because in the first version, she was just only there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, she was just an NPC. She was just there. She was just like, oh, help, I'm trapped in my leg is trapped right here.
Yeah.
Like, really, Jessie? I'll leave you here. But no, I can't leave you here. So fine, whatever, Jessie. Now it's like, oh my God, Jessie, best waifu, blah, blah, blah. Or Tifa, or Ares and everything else. I'm like, okay, well, that's cool and all, but we all know what's going to happen to Ares.
Yeah, exactly.
Spoiler.
Wait, don't you mean Aerith? Not Eris, because that's that big battle too. People are like, oh, it's Eris. No, it's Aerith. I'm like, oh.
I don't care.
That's
the
what you
game
too. I'm
is
like,
like 20-something years old. I don't care. Or Aerith, or Aris, or I think for me, don't care.
Don't care if.
Don't care. I beat the game already. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, Grandpa. Take you and your Final Fantasy somewhere else. But I will say, playing Persona 5 though.
Yeah.
Royale, I really did enjoy it. I finally beat Persona Royale, and also the memes is so funny from this game. It makes me laugh more harder because I'm like, oh yeah, I finally get that meme. Okay, pancakes.
So it's basically just it is just the fifth game plus like more. Is that what that is?
It's okay. So for anyone play Persona games, any Persona like from 3 and above, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei Persona games always, from 3 and above, they always do like, hey, there's a special edition. or a special thing with it. They did it with Persona 3, and that was Persona 3 Fest. Fest means festival. It was like, hey, it's Persona 3 plus, Persona 3 Answer. So it's the extra stuff behind it, like the continuation. Like Persona 4, they have Persona 4 Golden. It's pretty much, hey, the extra stuff in Golden. Like, hey, guess what? You thought the first game was the ending. We added some more stuff on it.
Yeah, no, it's
And
just Royale.
Persona, yeah, and Persona 4 Royale is pretty much like, hey, what we did with Golden and Fest? Guess what? It's the same thing. We added more stuff. You like more stuff, right? So it's just pretty much more stuff and like another ending.
Well, that's cool.
Instead of the original ending, like the vanilla ending. Yeah. You get a new ending and new social links and a new Dr. Waifu, husbando, and a new waifu at the game and new moves and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't hear that's the thing. I don't hear people talking about that game at all. It's buried under like
because everyone cares about freaking.
It's buried under Animal Crossing, under Final Fantasy, and buried under.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Even though I have Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And pretty much that game is fun. It's good, but I stopped playing it because I was like, okay, let me focus on Persona, and everybody was pretty much like, I was like, okay, let me get my Animal Crossing kick on, and I did. And don't get me wrong, it's fun. It's just like freaking Tom Nook just wants everything of your money. Like everything you need is like Tom Nook needs this. If you want a better house, Tom Nook this and that. I'm like, okay, well.
Yeah, I've already played.
I just pretty much like, okay, I just stopped at some point because I was like, let me just focus on like another game so I think I can enjoy. Because like also I realized that playing on the Switch and like my daughter's Switch D-pad, not D-pad but her Joy-Con, it drifts.
Oh, you got drift
crazy.
now. Huh?
And I was like, this is not good. I was like, she needs like a new like thing and everything else. So I'm like, okay, well, eventually when everything gets better, hopefully everything gets in stock and get her new Joy-Con.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, when I see Animal Crossing stuff, I'm like, I remember I played not the first, but like I played the one on the 3DS, and I played the one I think that's the only one I really the DS one. I only played the mobile one, so which now just technically is a mobile one. And then after a point, I'm just like, okay, I think I've seen everything. They're doing it now where it's like, it feels more like you're progressing. Like, they'll lock out stuff, and then once you get to like, I don't know, third day, they're like, oh, now this thing's available. And I'm like, because everything was already available to you like in those two games. For the most part.
Just pretty much it had to make you progress. Like, oh yeah, you have to get to this goal, so you want to do this and do this and blah 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 blah. And be like, okay.
It's just it came out at the perfect time. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just like it came out right. It came out during that, and then like now since everyone can't leave, it's like, oh yeah, well this game has really helped out. I finished Doom Eternal, and I'm just like, oh, I feel so like empty because like I need to like that was such a great game, but there's nothing else that was in that height of just good game.
Yeah. But I would say Resident Evil 3, I think, if you could get it for a good price, it's good. Because, I see it as like not DLC, but as a DLC to 2.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
So it's like, you play a little bit that, and you play 2, then you play a little bit more. So, okay, like I said, it's a good game. It's a nice, good game to have. But a lot of people just rag on it because it's like, oh, well, compared to the original, I said, it's a remake. I said, so they go and like change some stuff because it's a remake. It's not officially canon. It's a remake. Calm down. Calm down, shorty. It's not your birthday.
Well, what I also did is I got this like a while back. I got a Spider-Man PS4 game. I got the DLC for that one.
Okay.
I got that like a while back, and then now it's like, okay, I think it's time to get back into Spider-Man, and I did. I'm just like, holy crap, I forgot how good this game was. I was like, when I got back into it and I started swinging it, I'm like, oh man, this is such a fantastic game. And the DLC is actually a continuation of the story. It's not like some extra, like, oh, here's some extra missions. No, it's like, it continues the story, which I'm like, damn. So if you never
I
get,
heard, like I said, I heard the DLC is it's good, but I heard it's also kind of like
it's short.
spotty at certain points. Yeah.
It's short. That's all the thing is for me. It's like for $20, that's $20. You get a good amount. You get like a good 6 to 7 hours of game time out of it, and it furthers the story. You get more suits. You get more, you know, you get extra abilities and all that stuff. But I like what I like about it is just like it feels like it's an actual second part into the game. It's like 1.5. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Just add it there just because. But I finished all that already. 100% all the DLC. And it's like, well, that's what it is right there, isn't it?
That's it, boys. We are done.
Did you watch anything this entire time? I know. I watched Living with Yourself. I finished all that with Paul Rudd.
I have not finished that. I wanted to finish that, but I have not.
I
did watch the first episode of Black AF.
Oh, really? I saw that, and I'm just like, I saw a thing for that. I'm just like, I think I'll watch. Well, there's the thing. Like, we got so many choices now. I'm just like, I'm just gonna watch something else. Let's just.
I will say, it's so dumb, but it's so good because A is like, oh, okay, it's how can I describe it? It's a black version, almost of Curve.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes, it's just a hyperbolic sense of pretty much as being being a black family, but being a rich black family, and be oh well,
Yeah.
kind of like a black family. And like, oh, we're a black family, and we doing like kind of like it's like a mockumentary of like this daughter is pretty much interviewing different parts of the family, and like Rashida Jones is being like black but white suburban like rich mom type of vibes, and be like yeah, just like airhead moments, like, but it's like, oh, it just people accuse her like, oh, Rashida Jones, she's not acting black. Like, she playing a character. Rashida Jones is like, she's mixed, right? And also, her dad is Quincy Jones, so she's blackest of the black. And also, her name is Rashida Jones. Like, what? Like, you can't get blacker than that. Like, I'm black, y'all. I'm blackly black, unless you want to sing that song. Like, have a rap too. I'm blackly black, yo. I'm black, y'all. I'm blackly black, yo. I'm blackly black. No, you want her like that.
Oh.
But no, it's a silly dumb show because you watching, but like, oh my god, this is like what? Like, okay, I know I'm not gonna take anything serious with this. It's something that you just laugh at.
Oh,
so I recommend you check out that show.
I saw the Big Show.
I choose to stay away from that show.
It's pretty dumb. I don't like it.
Okay.
But there's some moments there where you see, you're like, oh look, it's Mick Foley. I'm like, huh, they actually getting some people from, the WWE in there, and they got Mark Henry, and then they got I saw Rikishi. I'm like, Rikishi? I thought that guy was not alive anymore.
No, he been alive.
I know. That's why I was like, when I saw him, I'm like, wow, that's weird. But anyways, it's not a good show.
I saw Parks and Rec special.
Oh yeah, that came on last night. Oh my god, to me it's just like Parks and Rec was such a good show, and it's weird to finally be like, oh, they're actually back. But I thought it was gonna be like a weird like, for now people have been doing like, oh, it's a table read. Oh, we'll read an episode over Zoom. And I'm like, that's weird. But this was an actual like legit episode. I'm like, oh, whoa.
Exactly, it was a legit episode, which it was so good. Which is like, hey. This is actually a good episode.
Anytime I see John Ralphio, I just look at him like, oh, he's such a fun character. I did it naked. And I'm like, oh, Ben Schwartz.
And call me at this number. Call me.
Yeah, because he did a special. It was Middle Ditch and Schwartz on Netflix, and that's a good special right there. And I was like, oh man. It's a good time to finally catch up on all the things you haven't watched. Now you can watch. Everyone watched Tiger King. I mean, I watched it too.
Yeah, everyone watched Tiger King. I didn't. I know I got 2 episodes in. I still have to say it's like, okay, Netflix, I can see what you did with here.
Uh,
Uh,
but
you
that
know,
was such a phenomenon. Like the first 2 weeks in of this whole thing, because people were
mm-hmm.
just like, "Wow, this is crazy." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And it's
Carol Danvers. Carol Danvers.
Carol Danvers is from uh, Captain Marvel, man. You mean Carol
Like I said, Carol
Baskins?
Baskins. Well, Carol Danvers, Carol Baskins, same people.
Same. Oh, it's a conspiracy now. I see.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
same people, same energy.
Same energy. But yeah, I watched that, and all I can say is just like, oh yeah, it's a great show. Only because it came out at the right time too, which is like,
Yep.
if it came out any other time, probably it would have gotten the same, uh, thing, but
Not the same
probably
buzz.
lasted for like a week, but not like at this point where it was kind of like that whole almost half that month was all about Tiger King. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I started watching Cheers, only
Oh,
because.
so if you was watching Cheers, that means do you watch Frasier afterwards?
What do you mean? Why would I watch it again? I already watched Frasier.
Well, watch it again.
The only thing that's available right now is it used to be on Netflix, but Frasier's now on Hulu. Um,
Okay, then why not?
that's a funny thing is too is when I was watching Cheers, the first I'm already like probably 13 or so episodes in,
Uh-huh.
and you see Ted Danson. I'm like, wow, this is where he started off, huh? And he's always
Yeah,
sweating. Since they shot, because the thing is, it looks really good because it was shot on film. It wasn't shot on tape, and
yeah.
I researched it. It doesn't look like how like a lot of the other sitcoms looked in that time. It looks way better. I'm like, wow. See, that's why it looks much more appealing to the eye. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's a little bit. So now it's like a 1080 or at least as close as what they can get into HD into our time. So you can see Ted Danson sweat like there's no tomorrow.
Ted Danson. Ted Danson.
But there's a lot
Ted
of.
is dancing.
And the thing is too, like with this type of show, you're watching. It's like it's a multi-camera sitcom. It's like it's supposed to be one of the classic shows, and I can see. I'm like, oh yeah, there's still some jokes in there, which is still pretty good, and it's held up in its time because they were doing some stuff on there that a lot of shows weren't doing. They had like one episode where they thought someone was gay, and then the other people in the bar didn't want them to wanted to kick them out because like if they start showing up here, it's gonna become a gay bar, and I don't like that. I'm just like, wow, that would not air today.
Exactly. That won't be a good segment. Nope. Mm-mm.
Like what I
Not.
like though is like the first. I think from what I can tell, the first whole season is just it all takes place in the bar. It's like there's no other locations that I can see.
No, it's just the bar.
um, but this is Frasier isn't in the show yet, so once he probably does go into the show, I can be like, oh, there he is. The fact that
Yep.
he's on there, and I thought to myself like, does Frasier still hold up? And I watched a couple episodes, like later on afterwards, on Hulu, and I'm like, what? Hey, this show's still funny.
Yeah, it does. It is.
And that's surprising. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Yep. Like Frasier still holds up. Thumbs up.
Yeah. Um, did you watch anything else? Did you go?
Uh, let's see. I've just been like just Twitch people. Just been working. Just work and like just that's it. There's nothing. I've been like just work, and then once I get home from work, I either like, oh well, games, escape,
Yeah,
like just escape. Try not to think about work at all.
yeah, because the thing is, I always feel like back then I used to feel bad, like, oh man, I didn't do anything today. But now it's like, hey, cool, I didn't do anything today, because it was just like, what else? I can't really do anything, anyways. Because it would be like, oh, I can use this time to go to half price, and then like, oh wait, no, I can't do that. That place is closed.
Yeah, can't go half price. Can't go to any of the things. Like only you can go to essential stores.
Yeah, you can go online and buy from those places. A lot of things are not
Yep.
pushing like, oh, you can buy online with us now through through this thing, and there's contactless pickup. We'll drop it off curbside. I'm just like, wow.
Yep, that's also like with what's his face Best Buy now. You can't go inside Best Buy. You have to
Yeah,
curbside
that's
pick up
so
on
weird.
me
That's so weird. You can't do the things that you normally would like to do. And
and
then,
be like, I actually want to look to see what
yeah,
TV I want to get.
it's like the feeling of going to Blockbuster, going inside and looking. It's like I miss that feeling of like actually going on perusing. Like maybe I'll get something now. Scratch his beard.
Yeah, and then like, oh, I guess not then. I
Yeah.
guess I'm not gonna get anything.
And the way TV is now too. Like people are. It looks it for the most part. It's like I. It's weird that they're doing it this way because like like last week tonight's been like he's been doing it in some kind of weird void. Stephen Colbert's been doing it at home. A lot of all the late night talk shows are not doing it from home, and you kind of can tell that they're not really good when they're just by themselves with
Mm-hmm.
no like laughter behind them because it kind of accentuates what they're doing. Because in their realm it works, but when it's just them at home, it's like what the hell?
It's just like it does not work, y'all. Like they need like an audience to feed off.
Yeah, I know.
You
uh,
know,
People on YouTube now are just I don't know. They're
YouTube is YouTube.
uh
That's like if anyone know, my shoe audience has my shoe clientele have been reached up to a new high.
oh yeah.
I own 2 pairs of Yeezys now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just crazy. People like people. I remember people years ago be like, "Will I be caught dead in some Yeezys?" So like, I don't even think so. These shoes looking not so hot, not so great. I will tell you this: they are really, really comfortable.
Oh really?
Really comfortable. They are a really comfortable shoe. Even though sometimes I look at the shoe, be like, "These shoes is how these shoes look so." I don't get the idea, but then you wear them, like, okay, I get it now. It's the comfortability now. It's the comfortability just to walk around and feel comfortable in. Gotcha. Okay, then. I get you. But then, like, and I don't know, man. I just keep thinking of, like, people out there. And, there's still some good people out there, doing the good fight and just, like, doing their best they can, staying like indoors or pretty much only going outside for just to, get the essential stuff. But then there's other people, right?
Uh-huh.
There's these other people
Uh-huh.
that just go to these stores every single day,
Uh-huh.
twice a day, or 3 times a day. And I just be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you here? Why are you coming to this location and shop?
Yeah.
Like
That's
what
true.
what is the purpose? Maybe you just want to get out the house. Okay, cool. But you can like take a lap around your neighborhood. Do that. That's cool. You don't need to go to like Walmart or Target or anything else to support like every day. Like, why are you coming here every day just so you can walk around and talk and feel like, oh, well, this is the best way to get away from my kids? Like, no. Best way for you to get sick and then get your kids sick as well, too.
I know.
Like, there's nothing at all.
It's it's kind of for me. I haven't been again in the public for a couple of weeks, so it's just.
You've been locked in?
That's what you should be doing. That's the thing. Like you should be doing that. You shouldn't be going out there, doing stuff, and only going out for like the essential things. Which is this. I've only gone out a couple times just to get some stuff. I'm like, okay, I do need more, shampoo or whatever. So you go to the store, get whatever extra stuff you need. Like, oh, let's get some food items too while I'm here. And they're the whole doing that. Oh, you gotta stand 6 feet apart, and they put it on the floor. And and it blows my mind to see people not do that.
Don't follow that. Don't you? It's just like it's simple things like that. I just like my mind is like it's just like why are you not doing this? It's simple. Like, hey, just follow these rules. That's it, and everyone should be fine. Nope. Rules are stupid.
Yeah, when I was at a store like that, like a couple, probably like a week ago, I was standing in that. Okay, I'm doing my best to stay apart, and then some old guy, cuts in line behind me between this other lady, and she doesn't say anything, but he's like also way too close to me behind me. Like, I move up a little bit, and he starts moving up towards me. Like I look behind him. I look behind him like, can you not follow that close to me? And that's why I don't. I should feel bad that I'm saying that to people, but it's like I don't know. In this world, it's normal now to say that. You know,
Uh-huh.
if you said that probably like a couple months ago, he'd be like, "What are you talking about?" But it looks like he knew what was going on because he was also wearing a mask too. But I'm just like, don't you? What you should be more concerned because you're old.
Uh-huh. You're like, well, what are you doing, man? It's like, can you not be this close? Can you just stay like
Just stay
over there? Like stay away?
Yeah.
Like stay away.
I was also like at a Dollar General, probably like this is like in the early days, like probably like
Mhm.
about 4 weeks ago. I was just in there, and I was wearing gloves, but then at that point the whole mask thing wasn't brought up,
Mhm.
and I saw these two ladies. They were kind of just arguing with the guy at the front, and then they about I guess it was some pricing thing, and then she goes away to like one side of the store drinking her drink, but she was like openly coughing into the air. And I'm just like, that's no, why? Why am I on the public out for this right now?
Look, why are you making everything so hot in these streets? Why?
uh,
Why are you the worst human being right now?
Streets of Rage
Why
4.
are you doing this?
I just remember Streets of Rage 4 is out, so that's something that's helping
Oh
tide
yeah,
me over.
that's a good game. I beat it in Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah, there's only like 10 levels in there, isn't it? Hello?
Hello, can you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah.
It's 11.
Oh, there's 11. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Did you beat it yet?
I'm almost close to there. It's it's
I
yeah.
would say it's a challenge. The game
Yeah,
is
by
like
yourself
pretty
it's a challenge.
much- it's a challenge by yourself. Yes.
The thing is, I got used to like blocking things. There's no like block in that game.
No, you mean if someone throws something at you, you catch it and throw it back.
Well, just getting hit in general, because you have to be like, oh,
Oh, it's all frame data.
yeah, it's all it is. It's
It's all frame data. It's all frame animations. Like certain animations will cancel out other animations.
yeah.
It's a basic. If you, it's a street. It's playing like fighting games, but it's a side scroller.
Yeah.
If you understand frame data, then you understand like it should be good. And I have to say is Axel frame data is the worst. Because he is powerful, but he is like kind of like his animation is sluggish.
Yeah, he's not the best character to play. I like Cherry.
Okay.
I like Cherry the most only because she's really fast and she can.
Who's actually really good is Blaze.
Oh yeah.
Blaze, because I beat the game with Axel,
Uh-huh.
and you unlock a skin for Axel.
Oh yeah.
And like and also who's really good, who's like pretty much a better version of Axel is let's see what Cherry's father.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I unlocked him too. I was like,
I forgot his name, but yeah, he's really good. He is really, really good. Because he's the faster version of Axel, but he just don't have that power. But his combos are great. Blaze combos are like OP. She's like super fast.
Uh-huh.
I didn't try the other guy.
Yeah,
because I'm like,
I tried all of them. The bigger
Okay.
guy with the metal arms he's really slow, so he gets hit a lot.
So he's like Max.
Yeah.
So he's like OG Max. Cause OG Max is the dude at least powerful at least or no?
Yeah, he's powerful.
Okay, so he's like Max, but Max is OP. If you play Streets of Rage 2, everyone know if you play as Max, you get someone with a backbreaker or atomic drop, it's over. They take up all their life.
I saw the kangaroo right behind the bar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, why can't I play as you?
Exactly. I was like, buddy, where you going?
I thought there was a thing like, can I jump over the bar and break him free? Is that a thing?
Exactly. I think you can. Like I said,
I know. I haven't locked everything either because you might. I'm not sure.
I heard there's so many Easter eggs and so many unlocks. It's like, yo, this game is kind of like for the Streets of Rage people who really love Streets of Rage. And I was like, Streets of Rage. I'm glad that you came back. I'm glad 26 years.
I know, right? It's been that long.
It's been that long. You know what? It's good to have you back. Welcome back to the family.
I like that fact that they kept the basic original, gameplay mechanics. She's like, you'll go
Yeah.
through the level, you beat the guys in this thing, then you can progress.
Uh-huh.
Which is like, here you go, finger going, telling you to go that way, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Go, son. And
um,
soundtrack bangs.
oh yeah, soundtrack's pretty good. The visual
I like
alone
the
is like,
super
wow, this
boost.
looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like the hand drawn animation.
Oh
The
yeah. Mm-hmm.
the cutscenes that also are like comic book like. It's just like,
Yep.
wow, this is it's a good sequel for people that grew up with this game.
Uh-huh. Exactly. It's a nostalgia trip. Like, it's good. A lot of people say, oh, well, this now. It's like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I guess you never played beat 'em ups before. I'm sorry that beat 'em up can be like
Yeah, people
a
are kind of complaining
pain.
that it is pretty hard. Like, yeah, you have to kind of get used to how this game
Mm-hmm.
works.
Look, I'm sorry. There's frame data that you need to understand. You have to understand, like, oh, you have to get good. You
Get
like want to know about Dark Souls? Guess what? You have to get good in this game as well.
Yeah, I know.
So get good, sucker.
Yeah, what was the most annoying boss to you when you played it?
Uh,
So I know the lady that was like the cop that can drop missiles from the air.
she was not that annoying.
The first time it was annoying. The second time, like, oh, she's not as annoying, but she's still dropping grenades, which I'm like, I hate. Stop.
The final bosses.
Okay, well, I haven't got there yet, but I will
Yeah.
basically tonight.
Have you faced Mr. Y?
Mr. Y, which one's that one?
Yeah. He's one of the bosses. One of the final bosses.
No, then no, I have not.
Then you understand why he's annoying. If you I get a whole lot of Mr. X vibes. If you play Streets of Rage, if you understand face against Mr. X, then yes, Mr. X is kind of like a pain. Mr. Y plays like Mr. X.
Okay.
So yeah. And then it's just like, what? Like, come on. There's certain things like, man, come on, man. You can't do. Why are you doing this? But why? Why are you doing this? Like, why?
Well, that's fun.
Why you tell me it's human nature?
There's also like modes in there too, like boss rush mode, which I'm like, oh man, I don't think I can get to that.
Oh yeah, I
The old
unlock it,
schoolness
so
of it.
I'm going to go try it.
And it's
Also,
great too
I'm
that we
gonna-
got it's on Game Pass. It's like, oh, there you go.
Yep. My friend got mad. He's like, "What?"
It's just get an Xbox, man.
Yeah, just get
This is
Xbox,
the
bro.
time to get Game Pass. Because I was like, oh man, if it weren't for the Game Pass, I wouldn't play any of these newer games. I'd just be playing like all the older stuff. I'm trying to think what else this whole time that we haven't. This is like the longest time we haven't actually seen each other either in a long time. Because usually it's like, oh, it's once a week at least for the most part. But now it's going on to like 5 weeks, which is like, man.
Well, there's always still FaceTime and everything else.
It's FaceTime.
I want to get a freaking haircut so bad right now, because like not getting like not like shaving and not like getting lined up or anything else. It's just like, yo, my hair's getting out of control. I need some tender love and care for my hair right now.
The people that like are living with barbers and stuff. It's like, wow, you guys are lucky.
I hate them all. I hate them all. Like, I hate my barber. Like, I know my barber is really good friends and everything else, like, because treat her like family. But her boyfriend like gets free haircuts.
Yeah,
and
obviously.
he posted up like, if you know, blah 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 blah. I just like, I hate him right now. I want to take his skin and wear it inside now.
I am you now.
Really morbid.
You wear the skin, but just only it stops right at the hair, and then you just leave. You just take it off. And like, okay, I'll be back.
Yes, like that.
So that's kind of funny thing too. Like, man, the whole thing with people are just growing their hair and because they really can't do anything for the most part.
Exactly.
Unless they just want to do it themselves, which is like that is like a At that point, what do you got to lose? You're not gonna show it
Mm.
to anyone. Yeah.
Unless you work in the public, then you'd be like, okay, I can't really do that. No.
Even
Like
then,
for
you could
me, it's just like
just if
I
you want to
can't.
just go straight up, just shave it all. Like just you can do that. Just wear like a hat or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I cannot wear a
I
hat.
know. I'm just
No.
saying, like if you wanted to do that, you can't.
Well, yeah, but no.
Yeah, I've seen all the things too. Like this is how this part of Chicago looked, and now look at it now. Like it's empty. I'm just like, it looks like it's like a one of those movie scenes. Yeah, you see.
Yep.
Like in Transformers, where it's just like, man,
Uh-huh.
it's so empty. There's nothing out there. Uh, I'm just getting really like I'm just like most of the time I'm just on Twitter now, just seeing what people see do and say, and it's just like, oh man, I just want to win money on Twitter. Is that too much to ask?
Well, I guess not because it seemed like anyone else winning money except for you.
I know. Well, I feel like I just got a better chance of winning there than I do on and the lottery, because you know why? Because I don't have to spend any money for it. I just be like
Well,
one retweet.
you spend $1 a day, then you get 200.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking back. I'm thinking now. I'm just like, I am glad I'm not working at my old job right now. With
Mm-hmm.
that type of people walking in, I would literally lose it. I'd just be like, no, no, we're not doing this right now. Not during this time.
Yeah. You will be. Yeah, you be doing like yeah.
Mm-mm.
Clap for you now.
That's
Wow.
the thing. Like, if I had to do someone's lottery thing during this time, I'd be like, no, get out.
But get out,
But I want to get.
please.
You'll still give me the dollar, but you'll leave with nothing. That's what's going
You
to happen
leave
right now.
with your pride.
Knowing
Please
that you
go.
help me out right now, and just looking at what one of my coworkers there posting his stuff posted on Facebook. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on anymore. Because I think it's like
Right.
it's mandatory now that you wear a face mask over in that part of
Over there.
Chicago. Yeah,
Well, I guess whatever.
I think also
Why
that's
not?
also in Skokie too. I think
Yeah, it is. So
so.
it's Skokie, Evanston, like pretty much all suburb. Well, pretty much any public place you have to wear a mask.
Yeah, I still see
So
people.
right now in Chicago now you have to wear a mask at any public place too.
I was like out just walking. That's a thing now I've been doing for these past couple months. I've been just like doing weird prison room workouts in my own room. Uh,
Okay.
just to keep myself like I got to keep myself going through this at doing something, and it's just more
Mhm.
like a game to me because I have the watch and it'll keep track or whatever
Yeah.
of it, and it's like I try to best my time like, oh, I did about 30 minutes today, then I move it up to 45, move it up to 50, so it's like, oh, look at that, and I see how it looked before, because if you look at like the statistics of my activity or whatever, or
Mhm.
minutes worked out before and then after right now, it's like, oh wow, that's a big improvement. um,
But
yeah,
actually moving around.
yeah. I was like, well, I was out there, and then I saw kids playing in the basketball court. I was like, what are you guys doing?
Mhm. Like, basketball courts are like at the park?
Yeah, at the park.
Oh, well, I suppose they didn't lock down the park. Like, no.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's weird to be at that point now where it feels like the people who you see that online too. It's like, oh, people who are introverts now are really happy at this going on. Like, yeah, but it can only be to a certain point. They can't just be like, if they truly are just like shut off from the rest of the world. It's, you'd feel like the whole isolation part.
Mm-hmm.
But people who are somewhat in between both realms, as like what most of the people are, it feels like,
Yeah.
oh man, it would be nice to go outside once in a while. Which it is, you
Yeah,
can
it'd be
go
nice to
outside.
go outside also. Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
Someone stole my my front tire
Your front. What?
on my bike. Yes.
Oh my
I
god.
guess no one got their stimulus check, so they stole my front tire.
I guess that's a trade-off or something.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I look, I got the money, sure, whatever. Like, my pair of Yeezys,
Yeah.
so my 2 pair of Yeezys front tire. So I'm like, well, whatever, that's fine. I guess they really need a tire. I'm just like, but I'm looking at the bike. Like, bike is pretty much shot and dead. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, I was thinking like, man, maybe I could. Was thinking about all this time like I should bring it in. I should bring my bike in. I'm like, but at the same time, it's like I probably want a new bike, but I'm not too sure when.
Just wait
And
until, because that's the thing. Like, I'm not entirely sure how. Like, for now, we're pretty much locked down up until what they say is the end of May, at least in our area.
yeah, but at the same time, also it's like, but these free buses, these free bus rides, I gonna keep doing this.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
it's
just like,
free.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So you just get on the bus and go for free. Except for the trains. Trains you still have to pay for free bus rides.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But the thing
So
is, like,
yeah.
that is kind of like in the worst position too, just because like
Mm-hmm.
they come in contact with so many people. I see what I
Yes.
see right now is when I was like in my car, but then I saw a bus. It was like, oh, you enter through the back, which I'm like, wow,
Yep.
that's so weird. Where, because back then that was kind of like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, but now it's like, our world is upside down.
I work upside down. I want to get in contact with you. Like blah blah blah.
You know what I also
But
did
yeah.
too? I also rewatched all of Edgar Wright's movies.
Oh wow.
This was like in the like earlier this month too, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like I was already on vacation. I'm like, I might as well do something, and I was like, I'm gonna watch all of his movies, and I rewatched Shaun of the Dead, which for the most part it's still a pretty good movie, but there are moments in there where I'm like, that doesn't hold up well. Um, because they even did they redid that scene, which is really funny.
What do you mean?
They
Oh,
on YouTube, which is
oh yeah,
like,
they did. Mm-hmm.
yeah, they did like, oh, what's the plan? Oh, we go to the Winchester, have a pint, wait for all this to blow over. Which I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, that's funny. I rewatched that movie, still a pretty good movie. Then I watched Hot Fuzz, which when I rewatched that one, I was like, I think this might be better than Shaun of the Dead. It's got more jokes. Um,
Whoa, now old Joseph will argue with you on
I
that.
know, because I remember that thinking that back then, like, man, I like Hot Fuzz, but not as good as Shaun of the Dead. But then I see Shaun of the Dead. Hot Fuzz. It's got like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of got more going for it because it's got like such a more open town feel to it. It's like, oh, this
Mm-hmm.
involves the entire town or something like that. um, and then I watched Scott Pilgrim. Rewatched it again, and this is probably like my, I don't know, fifth or sixth time watching Scott Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
I when I rewatched that movie again, I was like, this is insane. This movie is it is what it is, because it's its own thing. There's
Mm-hmm.
no other movie out there like this. You can't say like, oh, this movie's like Scott Pilgrim or whatever. Well, it is. You
Yeah.
can say that, but you can't look at Scott Pilgrim and say like, oh, Scott Pilgrim is just like, and you can't draw yourself to any other movie. You'd be like, it's no other movie like this.
Yeah.
It's its own
It's its
thing,
own unique thing. Yep.
and but you can say like, oh, it's copies of a lot of video games and anime tropes and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, but it's still like its own thing though. There's no way you can say
Exactly.
like, because if you look at like let's say like Taken, like, oh, it's just like this movie back in the '90s, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can't do that. Then I watched The World's End, and that was like probably, and I've only rewatched it like only a couple times. Every other movie I've watched like more than at least 4 or 5, and this is probably like my third time rewatching The World's End, which is like it's still a good movie, but it's not his strong suit.
It's
As
the one of the weakest ones, I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
it's the weakest one. Then I watched Baby Driver, which I think is like, oh my god, this is still a good movie. Actually, I think that's his
Uh.
most polished one because it feels like more like an actual movie. He doesn't,
Mm-hmm.
because I remember because I felt the same way I did for what do you call it, Scott Pilgrim, which is when I watched it, within the first 30 minutes, I in my mind like this feels weird because this does not feel like a movie. But then as more I watch it, it's like it feels like a video game because a lot of stuff they repeat, like in a
Mm-hmm.
video game, which is like it's for the band, or
Mm-hmm.
stuff like it's a Crash and the Boys. Who's in that? It's Crash and the Boys.
The boys.
And I'm
Yep.
like, oh man, that dialogue is so weird. But then that's what sets it apart. That's what's saying. It's like this is not the real world right here. This is their world,
Mm-hmm.
and that's normal in that world or something like that. And
And Baby Driver is like, oh, it's the real world.
yeah, it's like it's in this realm, and it's like I said, it's like it's most in reality right there. And seeing that with like
There goes
Kevin
gravity.
Kevin Spacey, I'm like, ooh, this was just
Yeah,
about the
that's what I'm
time.
saying. Kevin Spacey is like, oof. Oh, remember him? Yeah, 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 yeah,
Like it
yeah.
was just about that time too when he was right before everything went
Right
wrong
before
for him.
everything hits the wall.
Yeah, exactly right. But yeah, I did that earlier, and it's just like it's been just weird after that point because that's when I realized like, oh yeah, I'm on vacation, but now it turned into a permanent vacation. Not permanent, but up until further notice.
Like, yeah, permanent vacation.
And my coworker looked at
Ooh.
me, and he was just like, "Oh man, I am so sorry." And I'm just like, "Why do you gotta be sorry for? You didn't make this decision." And he's like, "But yeah,
Yeah.
like still though, it sucks that is." I'm like, I told him like, "Look, I would feel bad if it's something that I did, you know, like if I went to work and I accidentally like murdered someone."
Yeah,
But no,
but
this
I
is something
didn't.
that's out of my control. You know, I can't really do anything about it.
The same way with me. Like at like my other job, I got let go and was like,
Oh
holy
yeah,
crap! Like
yeah,
it was
that's true.
something like, my boss was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Everything. I was like, no, it's okay. It's just like, hey, I thought you can control. You can't control what happens with what the word happens. It's like when the word decides to go crazy, and then you be like, oh crap, this is crazy, this is insane, and there's repercussions of that, and I just got caught. Got
Yeah.
caught. Got caught on the in the words of the a queen, the landslide.
Caught in
There's
the
no
landslide.
escape to reality.
Yeah, I
So I
would.
was like, yeah, I got caught in that landslide, meaning like, oh,
Yeah, I was like looking at.
boom.
I was looking online. I was going on Facebook too, and it flashed back to the earlier days, which is like, it shows some stuff like from ASIN, and I'm just like, oh
Mm-hmm.
man, ASIN.
Yeah, no ASIN,
No
no
ASINs, yeah.
convention.
No
So
Evo.
with
No.
no Evo,
I'm still.
RIP
I
Evo.
don't. They haven't canceled or put on hold for any of the other stuff. Yeah, like Wizard World or for like
Yeah,
Midwest.
and yeah, what Anime Midwest? I still getting asked for that.
Yeah, which I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna affect them or
Yeah, so
not.
I don't know this is going to happen. I don't think so. I don't think so. If Evo canceled, what do you think Anime Midwest
Yeah,
going to do?
that is weird to me. I
Uh,
was like, what are you guys doing?
I'm like, I'm not too sure if Anime Midwest will happen.
So
If it,
the only two things we went to this year was just C2E2 and Frosty Frosting. No, yeah, Frosty Frostings.
yeah,
Those are the only two we did this year, and oh
mm-hmm.
man.
2 conventions, more than Todd. Take that, Todd.
uh, God, it does make me feel bad because a lot of people were like relying on we planned it so far in ahead. You know, like oh yeah, here it is, we're happening, and then it's just like
Mm-hmm.
it's canceled.
Like it's canceled. Like no, it's not gonna be canceled. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be canceled. I just don't think it's like it's gonna be canceled.
Yeah, they were very cautious. Like, oh yeah, we're keeping an eye on it, and within like
Mm-hmm.
a couple of weeks later, it's like, oh yeah, it's we can't hold it because it's too dangerous. Like, yeah, it's pretty much because it's like one of the larger gatherings of people,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't do that nowadays.
Yeah.
We'll see though, because it was like what the it
Yeah.
was like it's so far it's been like mid March all the way up until now. So,
Yeah.
uh, and the thing is too, like I feel like it's not gonna be once it's like, oh, we can reopen again. It's like that lingering fear is still gonna be on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People will still have that in the back of their minds, like, oh man, I can't really do this. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just, it is obviously, it is change the world. That's always like, man, this is how it is. And yeah, it's just really is hard. You have to really just have a strong will for the most part during these days.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, you just have to be positive, and then like, you know what? It's fine. It's okay, and just like I have to
Yeah.
just like look forward to the next day.
Yeah.
Like, what's the next day? I'm not too sure what's the next day, but the next day will be great.
Yeah.
Maybe. If
Yeah.
it doesn't, then whatever. It's cool.
And the thing with the movie industry thing is too, is like it sucks for them too. It's like it's those big ones they wanted to release, but like now we can't do that.
Yeah.
But a lot of things now are like, oh, you can just watch it at home now, which is like, man, this is what things that people wanted actually. People
Mm-hmm.
wanted to have like, oh, you can see big name movies at home now, for the most part.
Yeah.
Some stuff they obviously still won't release until later because we're getting like Black Widow now in November.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm like, damn, all the stuff that I've always wanted to see sucks. All the things. I'm not sure when this movie's gonna come out now. Like it was supposed to come out, but now we can't. Enjoy that when it's out. But I don't know. We'll see how things go out in this world. We are now at the hour mark, which is kind of surprising. I listened to like podcasts too online, which of like, oh yeah, they do, and they're doing it the way we're doing it right now, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you say something.
I was gonna say, there's this talk show now doing like Animal Crossing, like
Oh, right.
like a talk show host in like Animal Crossing form,
Oh, that's weird.
and it's like they have like this called like Animal Talking, and they just had like I think it's one of the writers from a Star Wars movie. I think Rogue One and another guy, and it's just pretty much a 2-man show, and they have like all these different guests. Like, come on, they have Alicia Day on it.
Yeah, I saw
Alicia Day, and they're gonna have apparently future Reggie.
Oh,
My body is ready, Reggie.
Reggie Fils-Aimé? That's good.
Yep.
Wow.
And it's just gonna be like pretty much they talking like pretty much I guess they doing like on Discord, like they talking on Discord or whatever like platform they use it, and then they but like the interview, but like the motion they talking like with the camera feed is like pretty much just on Animal Crossing. So it's like an Animal Crossing set, and they just talking with their Animal Crossing characters.
That reminds me of yeah.
It reminds you of like an old school
It's an old school machinima days.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that is so crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, but that is a great. It looks really good. I'm just like, you know what? I dig it. All right. I saw like a couple episodes of it. I'm just like, you know what? Sometimes it's great to have something creative like that.
There's a lot of celebrities that are into Animal Crossing now, which is kind of crazy to me. Danny Trejo was onto it. Captain Marvel, she's into it. I'm blanking on her name. Like how do I not know what her name is?
I mean, Brie Larson.
Yeah, Brie Larson. She's into that. It's so weird. Elijah Wood, which is really funny to me, because you can. Cause that's the thing now on Twitter. You can just put a tweet out there, hashtag like Animal Crossing, and people be like, "Oh, can I go to your town, whatever, sell this stuff?" So it's really brought that Animal Crossing has really just really relieved a lot of people in this time. That's all it is. Like, if it was like I said, that game couldn't have chose a better time to come out.
Yep, that is true.
But yeah, we'll see how it is for next week. I mean, obviously it's gonna probably be like this again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
if anything changes,
I was like, when I was doing it by myself, it was so weird. I'm just like, oh well, I'll just do a couple things that I've always wanted to do. And then to the point, it's like, then when you tweet it back and be like, hey, bring your boy back, I'm like, oh you, you want?
Like, oh you, like you, who are you?
But this is how it is now. You gotta do it like this.
For now.
It's alright though. Hopefully our listeners are, doing what they can do. Basically, just keep yourself up at these times.
Keep yourself entertained. Keep yourself focused.
Yeah.
Keep yourself just try to be positive.
Yeah.
If you want any recommendations, I will recommend, if you need a good laugh, listen to or go on YouTube.com, type in "Busting" by Neil.
Oh my God. You sent that to me and I'm just like,
yes,
disgusted Kiryu faced.
But it's so good. It's a good song.
Bustin', is that
exactly? That song is so good. It makes me feel good.
Ray Parker? That's Ray Parker,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. Well, okay. The song is edited by Neil C. I forget. I don't want to butcher his name,
Uh-huh.
but the Ray Parker Jr. is performed by Ray Parker Jr. Ghostbusters, but the guy edit pretty much different things in the song, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen to the original Ghostbusters, if you never heard or seen Ghostbusters, you probably think it's something sexual because the song is kind of really sexual.
It is. It is a funny phrase because I'm pretty sure it meant a different thing back then. But busting makes you feel good. Like you hear that now, you're like, oh, is that for real?
Yeah, and then he and that line's not edit. It's pretty much like busting makes me feel good. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't afraid no ghost. So what is going on? Oh baby, who you gonna call? Ghost. But I'm like, why you gonna say that? Oh baby, who you gonna call? Line. I was sitting there, like, boy, what? Why this song is a full meme? Why this song is this?
It's a
yes,
already a classic theme to a movie.
Yes, and now I'm gonna once everything comes back, I'm gonna play it on Rock Band.
I've been playing Rock Band too. I went back into it a couple days ago, and I was playing. I'm like, oh my god, this was such a different time back then, when music rhythm games were the thing, and they have like a free costume you can get from Battleborn, and I'm just like, wow, that shows its age. You can also get Commander Shepard's suit from Andromeda. And I'm like, oof, two oofs in the same game.
But oof, ouch, or whatever.
Yeah,
it's free.
Exactly. That's all. But the thing is, like, when I was playing that game, so I have like probably, let's say, like about 300 or so DLC songs on there, and they're doing it now where like they update a song itself, not like the entire thing, but like if one song needs to be updated, it'll tell you, and then as you're playing the game, it'll pop up and it messes with your flow of game. You're like, what the go away.
Like, what are you doing?
So like when I was trying to play like a set list or something, like it popped up like 10, 15 times saying like, oh, Green Day song needs to be updated. I'm like, just that one song? Why not just update all of them? It gets annoying. Which is, to me, is weird. Like, why would you update the song? Like, what happened to the song? I don't know. But yeah, we'll see everyone in the next week.
Yeah.
With another, because it's episode 436, by the way. We're back to official episodes.
Yeah, no more bonus episodes. It's the real thing.
It's the real deal.
Everything is canon now.
Go to our Facebook, facebook.com/thedeadpixelsinternet.
Yes.
We'll get your updates from there. Like the page.
We'll keep you posted.
Go to
about busting to make you feel so good.
Oh my god. Go to our Twitter, my Twitter @JoeManuel.
And my Twitter @Broken Hexagram.
Yeah.
While I pretty much right now playing Streets of Rage and seeing this guy is pretty much busting up this criminal. Because it makes him feel good.
That'll serve as the official one for now, because I don't know what the hell the other one is. Go to our YouTube Dead Pixels Internet.
Yeah. And I still working on some stuff from the Skill Tree of Chicago, but since everything is going on, so just like, hey, it will be some new videos eventually soon, but well,
your friend is also doing it too. So
yeah, he's doing freaking Death Stranding. So
yeah, exactly.
Just check out, support the channel, yo. Support it.
Yeah, support both channels.
Support your local podcast. Support your local everything.
Go to our Spotify. Go to our iTunes page. It's on there. Go to
our page as well.
Yeah. Any podcast application you should be popping up on there. Or just go to the regular site itself, deadpixelsinternet.podbean.com. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see though. But Anyways, we'll see you all next week. This has been the Dead
The dead pixels
Pixels
in
on
there.
the Internet, Skyping since
Since
2011.
No, 2000. Since
2000.
2020.
2020.
Yeah. Nailed it.